Good morning, Taconic, and happy Black History Month. We have another fantastic show for you all today, so let's get right into it.
Today is Friday, February 2nd. We have a great show for y'all today.
First up, we have news from the Berkshire Eagle. After that is information about next week's pep rally, interviews about Black History Month, and much more.
But first, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is the first Gold Week of the second semester. If you don't know your classes for next week, check out Power School or ask a teacher to check your schedule.
The Taconic open house was on Wednesday. The whole school was open to the public and they saw our amazing school.
With many students getting their licenses recently, make sure to register your car and get a parking pass to the main office.
St. Stephen's on East Street will be hosting a free movie and a backpack fundraiser to support foster care kids. The fundraiser is Sunday, February 4th from 2 to 5 p.m.
The ISSN Tech Support Desk is back. The Tech Support Desk will be available during first or third lunches on Green Weeks. Pay attention to the morning announcements for the exact times.
In partnership with the Berkshire Eagle, Andrew has a few stories from the past week.
Thanks, guys. Let's get right into it. Last week, the Lenox Zoning Board of Appeals voted 5-0, approving a plan for a 7.5 megawatt solar power plant and mostly a residential zone, overlooking the Lenoxdale Industrial Corridor. This came after a fierce opposition for the immediate neighbor who had concerns about the proximity to homes and nearby cemetery. The chairman of the board, Robert Feuder Jr., said that the solar arrays ultimately will benefit the town. The theme for this year's 4th of July parade has been announced. The Pittsfield Parade Committee has selected the red, white, blue, and U. This follows last year's theme of stars, stripes, and smiles in the Berkshires. Last week, the governor's office published their budget proposal for the 2025 fiscal year. Next year's $58.15 billion budget is about $2 billion, or roughly 3.7% bigger than this year's. The proposal includes increased spending for education, transportation, and housing affordable programs. In regards to education, the budget would secure free school lunches for public schools, as well as continued implementation of the Student Opportunity Act, which was passed in 2019. For more information outside of Taconic, please go to BerkshireEagle.com. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Andrew. The annual Pittsfield Public Schools Family Survey is open. The survey is incredibly important to the district and it helps inform their decisions. You can find the link to the survey in Dr. Bishop's weekly newsletter or in the description of this video. The survey will be open until next Friday, February 9th.
This February break, Pittsfield Public Schools will be hosting an ELA and Math Academy at Reed Middle School. The academy begins on February 20th and ends on the 23rd. It takes place every day between those dates from 8:15 to 3 o'clock p.m.
The ELA Academy offers classes for grades 2 through 10, while the Math Academy has classes for grades 3 through 10. Both academies include fun, hands-on activities and focus on project-based learning experiences that can empower students to see how literacy and math can solve real-world problems.
These programs offer transportation along with breakfast and lunch, as well as a choice of PE or art every day. You will also be able to gain PBIS points for attendance, participation, and production. You can use these points to get the chance to win prizes.
It's a great program. We hope you check it out.
Earlier this week, Jack and I had the opportunity to tell you guys all about next week's pep rally. Let's go right to that.
Good morning, Taconic. As you might have heard already, February 9th is the day of our next pep rally.
And just like last time, I'll be there hosting. However, this pep rally, we have some new events.
That's right. As always, we will have the CTE relay, knockout, finish the lyric, and tug of war.
The pep rally will also feature new events such as a swim relay and Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, which will have questions placed at random times throughout the pep rally. Questions will be related to math, history, science, and English classes right here at Taconic. Again, I'm going to be asking people questions at random, so be ready and be prepared.
It's going to be a great time as always, and we hope to see you there. Now, back to the studio.
Thanks for that. Next up is Chloe with next week's lunches.
Hey guys, today we are checking out next week's lunches and the Fun Spirit Week events we have planned. Let's get into it. To start off next week on Monday is Pajama Day, and we are having a Philly cheesesteak sandwich with sweet potato fries. On Tuesday is Date Night, and we are having chicken broccoli alfredo with a garlic parm roll. Wednesday is Dream Day, and we are having beef chili with cornbread and a baked potato. Thursday is Squad Day, and we are having breakfast for lunch. And finally, Friday is the one and only Class Colors Day, and we are having a meatball sub with butternut squash. Now let's head back to the studio.
How would Chiquette know?
Finally, Andrew interviewed several people about Black History Month, but before we go to that, we have these messages.
Do you have a busted Chromebook? To get a new Chromebook, you must fill out the request form. To find the form, see the link below, or it's available in Dr. Bishop's newsletter. You'll then be put on a wait list. Once your new Chromebook is ready to be picked up, you should get a call from a member of the IT team. When picking up your new Chromebook at Mercer, please bring your old Chromebook along with its case and charger. That's all, now back to the studio.
Hey there, Taconic. Have you ever wanted to watch Taconic TV but haven't had the time? Well, do I have news for you. Our podcast, Up on Taconic, is streaming now. This podcast offers a great new perspective on our show with a more in-depth look at some segments from the main show and exclusive things only seen on the podcast.
Now I know you may be thinking, how might I watch such an amazing podcast? Well, you can stream it on sites like Spotify or CastBox, or you can listen to it live on WTBR, which is at 89.7 FM.
So get ready to learn, laugh, listen, and enjoy to an all-new audio experience.
And as always,
Back to the studio.
Earlier this week, Andrew had the opportunity to ask several students about Black History Month. Let's take a look at that.
Hey guys, Andrew, and I'm here today interviewing people about Black History Month. And the question of the day is, who is the most influential African American you know?
Probably Lamar Jackson. He's a great QB, and he really opens up the field when he's playing football. And I feel like he's inspirational as he really brings young black men to football and really encourages them to do great, like Lamar Jackson.
I'd have to say Frederick Douglass, because he's one of the first black founding fathers that helped out with the Constitution, and he also got enslaved people to help out in the Civil War after persuading President Lincoln to write the Emancipation Proclamation.
Honestly, Kanye West, because he set the scene for a lot of African-American musicians.
A person I admire for Black History Month would be Trevor Noah. He is a true global citizen, and I just like everything he stands for and embodies.
I would say LeBron, because he's one of the GOATs, undeniably.
I'm going to have to go with CeeDee Lamb. Just he inspires me a lot, man. I think he is the greatest player there is, greatest person there is on and off the field. He has great beliefs and whatnot. And yeah, that's really who inspires me.
Whitney Houston, because she paved the way for black female artists to create what we know now as music, and she's just a generational icon.
To me, when the question comes to mind about an influential African American figure, I'd say our former president, Barack Hussein Obama. As you know, he was our first black president, set the way. He inspired me to pursue my dream of becoming the second ever colored president, first ever Latino president. Know me, Barack Hussein Obama, y'all. That's who he inspires me every day, y'all.
Okay, my Black History Month person would be Harriet Tubman, because she risked her life to save a whole bunch of enslaved black Americans and help them escape to freedom.
Biggest name in my mind is Martin Luther King, and very inspirational. He brought a lot of good things to us, and I respect him more than any other person.
Thank you guys. Those are some great answers and some very influential black people. Back to the studio.
Thanks, guys. Well, that's all we have for you today. And as always, if you have any news you'd like us to report, please email us at taconictv@pittsfield.net.
Remember to take responsibility, have respect, and strive for excellence.
Have a great day, Taconic.